This conference will now be recorded.
Heber City Tree Advisory Committee meeting, Monday, January 27th, 4 to 5 p.m. Call to order and roll call. Do I hear someone? I don't think so. So we have me.
Well, Jared,
Oh, here he is.
He did come. Way
Yay,
to go.
Jared.
Trying to get away from the office.
That's okay.
How are you?
Jared, Mark S., Mark R., and Brad. Wes is at a conference thing or something,
Oh, yeah.
and Billy's working in Park City and was gonna try to make it. Okay. I didn't send you these, but would somebody like to, I can't even think today.
Approved.
To approve the September 24th meeting. How about all in favor?
Yes, aye.
Okay. So, old business Muirfield Park, that was on hold. I did get a message from Mayor Heidi the other day that they're gonna have a big meeting on this, right? The POSTT.
Yeah, I think they want you to come to that meeting as well.
Well, I'm gonna resign as of today.
Resign and I'm retiring.
And you're retiring. Good, hey, we can have a party together. Anyway, I don't know what they were looking for from us because ideas were submitted in the past, so I just kind of have a feeling they're gonna do whatever they want anyway.
Well, the mayor made it very clear in our retreat that, before any species were selected, that the tree board would weigh in on this type of species to go in there.
So we have the recommended tree list that they're more than welcome to look at, and if you pick something off of that, I really don't think that anything should be approved unless it's on that list.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think whatever they wanna do is fine, as long as it's on that list. I mean, we don't need to okay it, because we made that list.
Right.
I mean, that's just common sense.
Are there certain trees in that area that you, Melanie, would feel on that list, because it's a big, big list, or Mark, that are better or not, as far as
I think
how high they are?
we just need to get something to do well in a water situation.
I mean, there were some dry areas that you could always
Yeah.
get water to. So it's depending, yeah, exactly, depending
Sunrise
on where
was
you're
going
at.
down to do ground samples, do boring and stuff last week in the park, so.
I know that was supposed to be done this fall, last fall,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be done to find out where the water table was in a lot of those areas.
Yeah, and they told me they was gonna be in there, maybe it's this Wednesday. I said he was coming, because I had to go down and make sure there's no livestock in there.
This time of year though, isn't there like a frost line and stuff?
I
mean,
think they'd be
doesn't that
better off
change?
to go out there when it's frosty rather than when it's wet.
Does it change anything as far as how
Um,
wet something's gonna be? Or they'll just find a bunch of,
I think
ice.
it's just probably taking an average, you know. A lot of it depends on the irrigation and stuff that's going on.
And this is a good time to do it, because this is, except for when it gets very hot, but that'll give you a good conservative, I would think, determination of what the water content is universally, because you're not during the spring. and
you
you're
guys
not
have
during
mowed
the
it all
irrigation.
this time. I mean, you know where the low areas are and where the wet areas are.
We mowed that field
So,
just once, and I
yeah.
don't think we mowed like the horses.
Not where the horses and cows have been.
But, Sunrise Engineering's putting together a park plan of what they wanna do, and it will be presented, and then the city will look at it, and we can look at the tree species at
When are
that
you
time.
retiring?
15th of March.
Oh,
Have
okay.
they got somebody, are they interviewing for replacement, or
I'm
what?
supposed to talk with Matt and get suggestions of,
Brandon,
three
you know a lot's
people
gonna fall on your shoulders.
that would replace.
You're like,
I know that.
But
you know
that's
that.
something wanted to talk to you about as well.
Okay.
well, I mean, being that you are basically our arborist, I think that once those studies come back, you could work with them on what you would recommend, or what they're even looking at, and check to see what's on that list.
We had this discussion with Billy and Wes, and,
I know,
you know, I've got a list of, you know, birch trees and native plants that essentially.
well, we were looking at that native maple too,
Mhm.
which, being that it grows here, would be the most sensible thing, is just finding it. I think we can find it.
Yeah, so we've got a good short list of trees that,
Okay, that
Yeah.
answers my question then, if we go short.
I would still like to say that we have some input from, some of the experts, Wes, and those that know there's gonna be really high water table in
I know.
So,
I mean, Wes is more well versed in the, fruit trees, area more than the other trees, but he does, I mean, he can do research and stuff too.
yeah.
But that'll be up to you guys, how much, and like I said, I've come to the realization that we can make all the recommendations we want, but when it comes down to it, they just do whatever they want. So,
Yeah.
which is one reason I'm going to resign, because I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. And, we lost, Christian last year, and, yeah. I'm just going blank. What's his name? That was on, I Am Bad with Names too, but I just literally had it, what?
PJ?
The older gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, he resigned too, because he said, I just feel like we have all these ideas and then nothing ever happens with them. So, in these last couple of years, with redoing the ordinances, having that tree survey, getting the recommended tree list done, and
Tree City.
having an overall plan, the only thing that the city is lacking and that they still haven't done is we were asking for $6, and that's cheap, $6 per resident for the minimum requirement, because isn't it, we're at like $2 per capita now, we should be 6 to 7.
we're closer to 5 and 6 than you think. The minimum to give the Tree City USA is
It's going
$2.
But that's changing, it was supposed to go up this last year.
Okay, we will be
Because like I
fine.
said, we were at, well, they were talking about bringing it up to like $6 or $7. And I told the city council that last year, and I said, hey, we are gonna be way behind to keep Tree City USA. So, and population just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Well, I think we're on a pretty good path. Brandon does that now. He
Yeah.
does the whole Tree City.
So you'll know,
And we're working on that.
But like I said, that's supposed to change. It was supposed to change last
Taking
year.
care of your requirements on that.
Yeah, and I was also
He
talking to PJ about the application that we just submitted
Yeah.
this fall, because some of the things were, you can only spend $1 per capita, which I think like line clearance or something where we had spent
A lot more.
a lot more than
I know.
$1, but we can only claim,
One
but
of
we were
them.
still well over
Okay.
the minimum, so we're gonna be fine.
So anyway, that's what's happening with Merrifield. Vista Park, Matt said he wanted those, and I can see shading over that area, but the area we wanted to put trees in had nothing to do with shading that part.
Yeah, I don't know that Matt said he didn't want to, he wanted to have the shades in lieu of the trees because of what Melanie just said.
That was the
You still want
impression I got,
trees,
with
don't
the
we?
shade and
I
lieu of the
think
trees.
so. I think there's still more planning to go into that part, from what I understand.
And like I said, it makes sense to shade where the kids are playing and stuff, because it
Right.
gets so stinking hot. But they have that whole open area, and obviously not where it would get wet, but they have that whole open area all
Yeah,
the way
I think
around
we,
the park.
on the
if they have
berms, we
trees.
could plant some. Brandon and I has put together a list. and-
We did
The
put together a
council
list, we
here,
already did that, that was already done
Yep.
and submitted, and then it went,
And we're putting together the budget right now, and hopefully we're gonna have trees in there to do that.
what's happening with the big park?
What was it, May 15th, I think, was the drop dead date for them to be finished. Brandon's been researching large tree replanting to replace the big, trees on
Yeah,
big honey locust that's gone. And we've actually found a company in Springville, wasn't it, that has some big trees. And we'll
okay,
come and spade them. And we're waiting on price, but if the price he kind of ballparked Brandon is even close, we could put some bigger trees within the park.
Well, and I think we need that because we do still need that shade. Did you guys ever pull out those two, like, dying trees? You did pull those out, and nothing was put in those.
We saw it.
Because, yeah,
Saw it already.
because they're still working on the
We
park.
just didn't want to put something in to be.
Well, I wouldn't either. That's a waste of money.
Who's doing the design? Who's
This is all part of the Roger Brooks,
even Vista Park?
not Vista
No,
Park.
no.
I think that's just on the
Vista's
drawing board, but I know that the council has talked about doing more, like another playground there.
But who's spearheading the design or something for that?
I don't think anybody is yet, it's just
Is
more.
that something I can help with, or who needs to pick up that?
We need more direction from Matt on which way he wants to go.
Wouldn't Jamie be handling that?
Certainly would be involved. I know engineering's been involved in a lot of park projects. As we grow, I mean, I see the department getting better if I need new ideas, new ways of doing things, that maybe we can get more involved, so.
All right. So, new business. I kind of still want to do this, to get a copy of our ordinances and go over, get a meeting with Wasatch County Board and say, hey, you know, this is what we've done, we'd like to see this through the whole county, and then that way every single community has that, and anything that's unincorporated. Because we're growing so quick, it would be nice to have that, especially because we had that tree management report done with listing what species we have and what we, what we have too much of, and, you know, things that can happen. I'd still like to go to the board and do that.
I agree, that's a good idea. Does Wasatch County have their own list?
No.
I don't think they have, but they do have an arborist in the park.
Yeah, they have their,
Germany.
yeah. They don't have anything like we have.
We have a real good working relationship with those guys down there, so we can maybe go talk to them and see.
But it's getting the whole council to approve those ordinances, so when new developments come in and new builders come in, they have to
Right.
apply that.
But I think that would probably be a good place to start with Jonathan, to plant that seed within the council rather than the city.
Because the
Might
council
actually-
always look to the staff to see, well, has anybody talked to you, and what's your recommendation? So, good idea, but I would agree. Do you feel okay having Brandon do that?
I do.
Melanie wants to.
I would still help you with that. I have no problem going and speaking to them, because like I said, I think they should see what the tree management came back with and what those ordinances look like, because like I
Maybe
said,
we
they're
could-
doing all that
We
building.
could talk with Tom.
Yeah, it'd be a good one to.
Yeah. Just let me
Get on
know
my
when you
side.
wanna do that, and I can be, I'll be gone in February from the 12th to the 22nd, but then I'm around. So I'd like to see that happen, just so that I feel good that that's all taken care of for the whole area, and we never have to worry about, you
We just
know.
wanna get them to adopt our tree ordinance.
I think say it this way, we wanna have them
Yes,
uniform, we wanna have a uniform list, and we've got a good list, as Melody has
we
said.
do
They
have a
can
good.
When they
one.
take a look
Fit
at
their
it,
needs
tweak it if they
however
want,
they
but
want, doesn't have to be the exact
universal.
same.
No,
So we have one list for Wasatch
but I'd like
County.
to see something done for developers, honestly. I mean, that's where our big problem always is, because personal property, there's nothing you can do. But it would be nice to have that for any developers going in, because they do all their entrances and stuff like that. We don't want any of these same trees, God forbid something would come through here and wipe them all out. So I think they should take a look at that, you know, have access to that tree
I
management
wonder
report
if
too.
meeting with Tony or Jamie and have them break it or bring it up to their planning people.
Well, yes, but
I
you
think
guys
it's
have got a
better
really
this
good
way.
relationship
Yeah,
as
we
well.
do.
So let me talk to Jamie and let them work on their end, and you work with the arborist, Jonathan, on your end.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
yeah, I think that's,
And the way to do it is don't go in with a plan, like particularly with
Oh,
Tom.
no, just some
And
little,
say,
say,
this
hey,
is
this
what
is
we
what
wanna
we
do.
did, this is what we've done, and we think it would be beneficial, I think is where,
Yeah.
the way we approach it. And then, this year's Arbor Day, so I finally got a hold of the principal at J.R. Smith. And he said, oh, we would love that. We have aspens and cottonwoods that are dead on the property, and he goes, they've just been sitting there for years and haven't taken them out or whatever. And I said, well, we have $1,000, possibly up to $1,200 from the school district, and I had Robin, email him a copy of that letter, and I've got 5 copies of it in here going forward so that other schools can have it, telling them how it works and whatever. And he said that would be fine, and I told him you would be contacting him and picking a date for Arbor Day. And, you know, I mean, the weather this year isn't nearly as bad as it was last year, but it all depends, you know, when water comes on or whatever.
Yep.
So I think he really wants those trees removed, and if you guys end up doing it, use that money, like, don't just volunteer to do it. Have the school district pay Heber City to pull those out. That's what that money's there for.
Yeah, I'm not against that, but if we could put it in the trees to make the urban forest better.
Well, yeah, and I said we could put in, you know, a couple of trees or whatever too, but get rid of that dead stuff, which is actually kind of a fire hazard too. But get rid of the dead trees and then plant a couple of new trees for them. So I haven't walked the property, but he would wanna walk it with you. I mean, probably now's a good time because there's not a lot of snow or anything.
What's his name,
But
Melanie?
his name is Bill Judd.
Is he the principal?
Yes.
Just be glad it's not Ryan Brown still.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, he was impossible to work with on stuff.
Well, the minute
But
I said, we have money from the
that's a very
district and you don't have to pay for it, he was all ears. I think that's the selling point for any of them, it's like, you don't have to pay for it. They submit the bill, but they get reimbursed for it, and that's basically what it says. So Robin's already sent that over to him, so he has that.
Do you have a contact for him?
I do, so I'm gonna turn this book over to you.
Okay.
So I have it here on this, I don't have the phone number for the school, but it's Jarrett Smith Elementary. I'd look it up here, but I know my phone won't work down here.
I can tell you the contact is.
But I have his email on here and who he is, it's this yellow piece right here.
Okay.
So in here, Brandon, our, the first thing on here is that letter to the schools, from the school district that says we get $1,000 and they said they'd even make it more. There's people, numbers, I don't think we need that. But this is all of our meetings and everything, all of the articles that we've written are all in here that we had done for the paper.
Thank you for taking my call. This is Mark Smith
And
from Heber
this
City.
is the
Do you
forestry
have,
division, this is
how are
like
you?
the tree list and all that stuff is over on this
Good.
side.
We're trying to get, I'm in a meeting, but we're trying to
Are we
get
going
a
to
contact.
use you?
So,
for
I
Bill
don't
Judd,
know what's going to happen, so this is
Can
the way,
you give
I
that
think
to me?
we've done a lot.
Yes.
I don't
Bill.
think,
Yes, is it William? Is that what he goes by?
I don't think
Okay.
we need a huge tree committee anymore. I think we should be absorbed into the POSTT.
Isn't that your
But
principal?
I could see having a Heber City
Yeah.
Arbor Day committee. I mean, I think that's kind of where we are,
No, I'm just, that's
At
why I'm
this
being
point.
quiet, but I.
because, and we
I'm
have
Mark Smith
10 years
from
of that taken care of
Heber City
already.
City Manager's office.
So realistically, it's
We're,
picking a
in
school
a tree committee
every year, and then, you know,
Thinking
we
about,
could always do more
coming
too,
to
if we wanted just for the city.
on
But
Arbor
the
Day.
schools
and
are a real
trees.
problem
So I
here.
just need
They
to
all have dead
contact
trees,
them.
they all need trees. So, I mean, that's leaving you guys with 10 years of money for the school, for replacing trees at the school, which is a pretty good place to be. I don't see us really being needed going forward,
We
because
are,
we
it's
have all this
required
stuff.
to be Tree City USA that we have a tree board.
I know,
Would that count under the
I don't know,
post?
I don't know.
Okay. Check with PJ and he can.
I mean, honestly, I feel like I've just been spinning my wheels, and I'm trying to simplify my life, and I actually don't even live in Heber City.
Well, you've done it.
But
No,
we've done a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and I think we're in a really good place to try to figure this out. I mean, I don't have to resign today. I could stay on for, well, I won't be here in February, so I'll be gone, I think. But I think we're in a good place to figure that out. I don't know what the rules
Just
are
take
on
a
that.
sabbatical for February and part of March and come back.
I just said, I'm simplifying my life. I want to travel, I want to spend more time with my grandkids. Yeah, I will be gone on the 17th. Like, I like doing this stuff. You know, it's right online, you just look it up on your phone.
That I
It's
want.
Heber Smith
I want a
School,
direct number though.
but I don't have anything. It won't work down here. I just call the main number, but it's email and everything's in here.
Okay.
Or you can walk in there. I would set up a date to go walk the property and find out what's bad. Because I said, well, what trees are done? He goes, I think they're aspens and hardwoods. And I'm like,
William, what was the second one? William what? Okay.
here, give it to me, tell me what it is.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
What's the phone number?
At Wasatch
Dan, what's the phone number?
dot edu.
That's just the front, that's
Uh-huh.
for the school.
Yeah, it's just a school.
Yeah, Mark's got it.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Oh, it's right here, it says call, 435
Bye-bye.
654
2201.
2201.
So that's the main number,
That is the main number, and you just say,
and then they will not give his number out until I call him up and tell him what's the problem. But, his email.
I have all that, I have it for him already.
Yeah, the email?
I have, yeah. That's how
What
I,
email, what
that's
email
why
do you
I
have,
eat, that's,
Melanie?
what do you mean? William.Judd@wasatch.edu.
There you go.
That's how I emailed him the copy of the letter from the district.
Good.
Yeah, so, you might know, so in order to say Tree City USA, he said we have to have a tree committee, but can that be part of,
Post.
yes.
Post can be designated as the tree committee.
They might not be too happy about it, but the thing is we really don't have that much to do. We literally are down to like Arbor Day. 'Cause we've done so much,
Well,
we kind of done
There's some things coming down the line, they're gonna, redo the Main Street,
Trees.
with the new alignment, they've got the C Street that's gonna be coming online, and the park on Main,
Some work probably here at the block,
some more.
with the tabernacle.
I think there's always gonna be a need for somebody on the post committee that is tree oriented.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know all who's on it right now, but we should have somebody from the public
And I mean,
that's
and-
very tree oriented and urban forest oriented. So,
I mean, Jared, you've been with us long enough, I think you get a lot of it, and of course you, Brandon.
But they didn't even want me on the
post.
No, the official board of this committee, like a voting member, when I first came on, remember they, so I don't think they're gonna want me.
No. If this gets absorbed into their committee, they're not really gonna have a choice, because they have to have somebody there that knows trees. They have to have you as a member.
You would be,
It gets
you would
pulled
be
in.
involved, whether
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
voting
I
committee
would
member or
love
not.
To
So,
be, yeah.
Yes,
And a
and I
vote.
can talk to Mia and tell her what's going on. I mean, it's just kind of the way it's gonna have to be, because we have to keep something in order to keep Tree City USA.
Yeah.
I agree with Mark, I think there's enough that's gonna be happening in the city's getting big. And kudos to the things that you've done.
absolutely.
I mean, we've done a
You
lot.
just-
We've
there
done a
will
lot.
be, there will be probably another surge of other things that, a combination of projects that the city's looking for, or Matt is.
And Billy told me, I mean, Billy and Wes still wanna be involved, but they kinda felt like I did too, like, we're just spinning our wheels and we get a call and we go over there and we look at stuff and we make these plans and then it's always, nope, sorry. And they're like, we know we're just advisory, but, you know, we are spending our time doing this, and we just kind of feel, that's, like I said, that's why we lost 2 last year, and I'm like, I said to Billy, I go, you can't quit. And he goes, well, I still like wanting to do Arbor Day and stuff like that, and I wanna be involved that way, and I'm like, well, we can do that, I would think.
How committed are we to doing the schools for Arbor Day? Because PJ, I know, had some concerns last year, and then it almost seems like they don't want us.
The schools?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
it's because of
I mean,
the way it
the
came.
people you've spoken to do, but when it comes down to the grounds maintenance guys,
The one ground maintenance guy?
no, yes, forgive me.
You know what, so
The one
I did have a long talk with him, he's like, he can't do it all.
I know.
I think they're
So they
worried
kinda-
about doing all these things and the trees are great, and it's like, I don't have the bandwidth to take care of them.
Right.
Well, the problem is, it's pulling out these dead ones. I mean, you can't leave dead trees in your area. I mean, like I said, that's just
It's a
not
hazard.
healthy. It's a hazard.
Doesn't the district have something in their budget with all the money I give to them out of my dollar to take care of grounds? I just can't.
They need
believe
to
it.
hire more people, but apparently that seems to be an issue, because he said,
Well,
and he's
a
not
lot-
getting any
a lot
younger
of
either.
their focus is on high school ball fields and baseball fields and stuff like that.
And he's not over the high school.
But general maintenance to go everywhere, Todd has a lot to do,
Lot to do.
you know,
He has a lot to do, and I think that's
And
why
I
he
think-
kind of welcomes us, he welcomed us coming in.
Yeah, for the building maintenance.
yeah. But they get absorbed into the
Yeah.
maintenance of the buildings too.
I know.
It's a conversation that I think you're gonna have to have.
PJ,
We
yeah,
wanna
PJ,
help, but if you're not gonna,
the grounds guy was actually really happy we were there, and he's like, I'll take all the help I can get, that would be great, 'cause it's stuff that has to be done.
Right, but
PJ
planting a
didn't
tree-
know, he didn't know that I had already spoken and done all this stuff before he went in, because I called him and I said, you're wrong on this. And I said, this is all the things we did, and he goes, oh, I didn't know that, and I said, I did. I already did all the groundwork, all of that was done. And I think a lot of it was a little bit confusing, because I think we wanted the kids involved in a different way, and because I was gone, because I would have taken that on to try to come up with something else for the kids. I think we should have like permanent post reports and stuff for them to kind of have a little education thing, and I'd be glad to do those and just, you know, put plastic over them so we have those from year to year. And then we can do that for each of the kids of the school, because it's not rocket science. Just teaching
It
them a
just
little
seemed
bit
to
about
kind of exclude we excluded the general community because we were working with school kids, you know, we couldn't invite.
That's okay, because they are part of our community. You don't have to
I
include the whole
agree.
community, they are our community.
But I want to include people that want to be there.
Do you know who
And
shows up for Arbor Day usually?
Who?
Nobody.
As long as you hold it, I don't care.
No, I'm just saying,
By
when you
myself.
talk about, I put it in the paper. This is our Arbor Day, we had a big advertisement, a whole page and everything that they would put in for us. Welcome, you know, to the community, anybody can come out, 0 people come.
Was it cold? Was it the weather that
No.
was causing the problem?
People, you know, being in government myself, people will come and complain, but they'll never come to help out. That's just the dang truth.
Or you have a few that's like the 10 or 15 or 20% that always come and do everything.
Well, nobody ever comes but our committee. Like, they're invited, but they don't come out. So that's why I think involving the schools is really kind of a good way to do it, because you are involving, you're involving.
Then you get their
Staff in
parents,
the school,
maybe.
you're involved, well, parents don't really come, but you're involving the kids, and the kids are the future of the community. When they see these things that we're doing, maybe as they get older, you're planting a little seed for them to get involved with things. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, okay.
well,
It's always open to the community, but nobody ever comes, so.
we can discuss it.
All right. Like I say, having Arbor Day is my primary
Yeah.
focus. I don't care how we
Honestly,
do it.
what I would do is I would get the, little farm at the high school more involved, because it's in the schools, and have them be part of Arbor Day. I would work with Matt and do that, and they can come and help. I mean, that's where I would go to Ideal Farms and have them do that.
You know,
Because
those 2 roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the schools are in desperate need, because they only have one person. I mean, you go around these schools, nothing's trimmed, nothing's kept, there's dead trees all over, and
Well, I can
it's
relate, I was
bad.
that way for a long time until we got Brandon, so.
Yeah, we need to try to help where we can there. I live by the 2 schools, the middle school and Heber Valley Elementary, walk around that block almost every day, and I almost have to stare at the sidewalk, because seeing their pruning drives me crazy.
Rocky Mountain.
Oh,
I go by her
all
house
the way
every
around,
Tuesday.
all the way around that block, all the trees are just trimmed very poorly, but
But the schools need us, that's why
Yeah,
I did
that's
this.
why I
This
say
is why
we-
I said, I want a 10-year commitment from them. And they're like, oh. okay, we wanna help our schools. And, I mean, we have our city workers and we have city budgets and everything to do stuff, but the school didn't have anything. They
Do
just
they,
didn't have it.
so that I understand, do you think that schools are having their maintenance people, their janitor type people,
No,
also doing the
no,
outside?
no.
That is accurate.
They are doing outside, the janitors?
They'll, like, in the spring, they'll help them go through their area system. I know Todd, I've talked to him.
But I mean, they're not
Parker.
doing the mowing or trimming or anything.
Yeah, the janitors mow with a small mower around the trees, and then Todd comes with the tractor, you know.
That's
like-
kind of what I thought, that they use kind of,
Oh.
so
I didn't
they're
get
doing
that
double or
impression at
triple
all when
duty.
I talked to him. He said he had a little helper that.
And then they have a couple seasons that are supposed to do the string trimming and stuff, but I've definitely seen the janitors on the little mowers cutting
Just
in
to
the,
keep the lawn going,
yeah.
that's over
it's
summer, right?
essentially- Yeah. But
But I'm wondering if those are the guys that are doing the pruning. They have no
Nobody's
direction.
doing the
Well, and they're
pruning,
just
you
doing it
should
as
see
fast
them,
as they can.
Yeah, to get through it.
And,
but they're not really doing pruning, we saw that at the school.
well, I mean, when they just
Last
have stuff
15
off, and they
years.
leave, you know, that much coming off the tree, the branch, right? So they're just going fast, trying to do it, you know.
Well, let you and I brainstorm about this, maybe we can,
Yeah, I'll
in
talk to
line
him.
with that, maybe we can get with Jonathan from the county, and we can go do a pruning class, or classes about the importance of trees and how to plant a tree.
I just know a lot of them have those, sprouts coming up from the bottom. They look like, it looks like a bush around the tree.
And that's because
Suckers all over.
they were planted wrong, because I am guilty of that. The ones I planted correctly do not have the suckers.
But
The
certain
ones I
trees
planted
have,
wrong.
certain trees have more suckers than other trees, that just come up no matter how you plant them,
Yeah.
especially the maples. They're notorious for that.
I have an apple tree.
Uh-huh.
4 fruit trees and only 1 apple tree does that. They're
Fine.
funny, but.
Good.
Brandon, thoughts? You look like your brain is just spinning.
No.
No, you're just listening.
I'll-
You look like you want to say something.
Well, so then we've got, I agree, I'll talk with planning. Brandon, if you're okay with it, Mark, you're okay with it, you talk with your equivalent to the county on, like Melanie's idea about this adoption of one plan of good trees, kind of work that way. I think Mark's right. We'll start at the lower end, and then that's the better way. And then Brandon's on with regard to the 5 to 6 per resident that Melanie brought up with maintaining Tree USA. Just trying to make a list of what I can help specifically with as well.
Well, we need that for grants too.
Right.
Okay.
You've got William Judd's telephone number and contact or whatever, his email. And then, let's see, what else is Melanie? We're okay, Melanie brought up with regard to J.R. Smith, you'll talk with them, but
Yeah.
maybe figure out a way, because I don't think Melanie's saying not invite them, she's just saying the reality is they don't come, but we could maybe push, get
We
Ryan
always have it
Bennell.
open to the public.
Yeah, but get Ryan Bennell to market it maybe, or do something different, or if you give everybody $30 to come, just to come, that would get people to come.
Yeah, but that's not.
I know, I'm just saying, maybe there's some marketing things that we
You
can
can't
involve.
pay people to come for Arbor Day, to volunteer.
Get Oprah to come up and say, you get a card, you get a card. But I like that idea.
And you're okay inviting the public because it's outside of school. Nobody can go inside school, but they can be on the school grounds on the outside, just so you know.
Okay.
But like I said, we've always invited the public. They just don't come. But I really would get with Ideal Farms and have those kids help with that. I mean, that's what they do, and it's part of their thing.
When the Relief Society has that day of service, and maybe it's more out of duty from, you get quite a bit of people that'll come to that. I'm wondering if we try to piggyback off something like that and contact not just the LDS page, but all the churches and say, hey, we need your help on some of this.
Well, I
Yeah, but
don't
you
want
don't want
more people.
You don't want Arbor Day to be too big.
Yeah.
Because it's really just taking out what's bad and
Okay.
putting in 1 or
Yeah.
2 trees. It's a small, it was like the first year I saw it here in town is when I say, hey, I want to be part of that. They planted 1 tree on Main Street. It's not a huge
Well, I can
event.
assign a bunch of people, just go out like my dad used to do, and I just need you guys to pick up all those
Yeah.
sticks.
It's the big, when we have the day of service in
Yeah, the
town.
9/11 day
That's
of
when we have
Yeah.
everybody come out and work really
Yeah.
hard on stuff. You don't want that for Arbor Day. I would.
And
want
Arbor Day
organization.
could just be a one tree planting.
Yeah,
You know, just
it can be
say, this
one.
is-
But I'm trying to address what
That's what
Brandon
it said,
was
one or
saying
two
about.
trees, that's it.
Tell me, you kind of want,
Well, no, my experience working with the school district hasn't been positive. I felt like I have to, like, really
pull teeth.
to get a meeting with the principal, who in turn, you know, has an issue with what kind of trees we wanna plant or where we wanna plant them. It's like, they just don't.
You know what, I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
I can do it.
I know, but I'll go with you,
I feel like,
because I never have a problem with anything I talk to. It was like the principal of the other
There's a lot of ways
school.
we can approach it too. We
Yeah.
could just, rather than trying to involve the whole school, we can just involve one class.
Well, yeah, that's all what was supposed to happen last year.
No, that's a good
Didn't he do
idea.
that last
And
year?
you go
We
in
had
and maybe do
It was the whole fifth
an
grade,
hour
right?
training, going
We don't
to,
want
let's
that. We
talk
just want
about the
one.
importance of tree and the way, perfect, and tomorrow we're gonna plant one tree out here.
Yeah.
We want you guys to come and we'll have dirt there and they can shovel it in and.
You know what I think we should do? If it's a grade school, like K through 5, I think we should only get like first graders. And just have like one first grade class. I would rather have the little ones out there learning about that than having the bigger kids out
Right.
there. I mean,
You know,
that's how I
Maybe we
feel,
could
but,
take some of that money and go buy, I can remember my kids coming home with a little teeny pine tree by this stuff. We give everybody in the class, this is how we plant the tree,
Well,
here's you a tree to
yeah.
plant, from that thousand.
and Ideal Farms can help with that because they plant all those tiny little seedlings every year.
Particularly if you, and I don't know if they're more expensive, but the little miniature ones that aren't gonna cause mom and dad, like, we can't plant that, it'll be 50 feet.
Yeah, I mean.
Honestly,
we
most
also
of the kids take them home, plant them, and they die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
All we
usually what
need is
happens
one
with
to
those
grow.
things. We just keep, but I mean, but they get the thrill of doing it. They're there and they get to plant it themselves, and if, hey, if it works out, that's fine. Usually, like I said, they wind up dying, but.
But we could, I'm sure we could probably get on Amazon and order 50 deciduous trees this tall. Go home and
Go
plant.
to Gurney's, they
Yeah.
have all those little starters and stuff you can get. Are you familiar with them? Online, Gurney's online. Yeah, I tell you,
But,
they're
you
great,
know-
and their stuff actually lives.
You know,
They're cheap.
and we almost have to, easy for me to say, I'm leaving, but you almost have to go in and have a day of training, go in and you could maybe even get PJ to come in.
yeah.
So we're gonna go in and we're gonna, if you can give us an hour in this class and say, the importance of trees, and this is what we're doing, and we're gonna try and plant one tomorrow for an hour, and when it's all done, you hand out the little.
I think that is a great idea.
That's
because-
exactly
and
how,
you just
that's
go-
what I wanted for last year,
And you're just going class to class or one class.
it's just one class.
I remember being in an elementary, Stoker School in Bountiful, and them coming in, and Fireman Frank coming in and talking about the environment, and I mean, I came out of that assembly, it was the whole thing, school, thinking, I wanna be a forest ranger. And he had us go out and clean up. So I mean, if you're even simplifying it even more, which is good, you do it with a class and a cool little presentation, yeah.
I think
Melanie said,
PJ does that, he'll go in and talk to him, he's probably got a presentation.
already ready.
But if
I don't know.
we could,
I don't think he
even
did.
if he doesn't, I'm sure he'd be happy.
Yeah,
It's an hour, we don't wanna go take up a half a day.
seriously.
You wanna go in there and say, hi, I'm Forrester Brandon,
I'll tell you
you know?
what,
And then that teacher will be like, hey, who did you have going over? That was so cool. Well, we did it. Hey, can you have them come and do next
Right.
year, have our class do that? Because there's a lot of competition and envy, a little bit that starts
And
around
that's great,
in the school.
Yeah.
we got 10 years.
Yeah.
But, and rather than go and try and plant 20 trees, let's just go plant one. Let everybody come up.
It's the concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to help them cleaning out those clear ones, so it would be really nice.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the money is there, that could be a separate thing, and you bill it to the school, and they get reimbursed. Because it's paid for, That's what the district wants. They
Yeah.
want- we
And the
need-
Rotary Club's always, if you have the support there that Millie's talking about, the Rotary Club is always looking for service projects.
Yeah, I'll talk to my son about that. He's on the board of the Rotary Club.
Of Heber City?
Yes.
Who's your son?
Dane Peterson.
So, but isn't that true? I mean, I've
I
been
don't
involved
know.
with
I would
Rotary.
have to ask and see what they're looking
It's
for.
a service organization, they better be
It
doing
is a service organization. I'll tell you what, I will stay on until like March or something. Let's get this all taken care of. I will talk to Mia Yu and see if we can just get absorbed into their committee and then miss just one meeting a month too, and see if that would work out. Because we used to be part of that, we just met separately, but,
I was telling Brandon, when it first started, there was no room to sit in here. It was so bad.
With post?
Yeah, and now it's pretty thin. I don't know what happened. It's 'cause I left, nobody will know.
so yeah, I'll talk to Mia and figure out how that's gonna work. I will make the posters and stuff for Arbor Day that you guys can use for years and years and years. A little education thing. I've been educating kids for 50 years, I know how visual they are, so I'm really good at making better things.
But I think we just need to scale it down and do a
Yeah.
class,
I agree.
and like you said, hopefully it catches on and everybody's excited, and the kids will get out of school and say, where'd you get that tree? Oh, we had a class on tree planting today.
Mrs. Smith's class did that?
Yeah.
Hey, how come we can't do that?
We could do something similar to that.
And honestly, in 10 years, we can add another 10 years.
Yeah. We could do something similar to that.
If they're happy with what we're doing,
I like your idea of
we
class.
can always,
That's a lot more
I can
similar
always
than
get money.
asking the school to put a whole
Right.
assembly together, they don't wanna do that.
No, and Arbor Day's only supposed to last like an hour anyway. It's a quick.
And I mean, we drill the hall, have everything go, have a tree there on site.
So as long as we file the paperwork, we
Just
can have, and we
the
can
basket
have,
pulled off,
our-
set the thing, let the kids come over and put it and say, okay, what did
Everybody's
we talk
usually
about
done in
yesterday?
the
We have
spring,
to do it like,
but
you
we
know.
do have the whole year to do it, just so you know. As long as it's done, it doesn't, it's preferably done by a certain date, but you don't have to, as long as it's been filed, we can do it anytime. So, I mean, last year we were down to the last week of
We don't wanna get
school.
into summer, yeah. 'cause
No,
there's
because we want the kids involved, but I'm just saying, we got down to, that was the very last week before school was let out
Mm-hmm.
last year, because it was, had a lot of snow and couldn't get to it.
And this,
And
again,
they had testing or something, we were gonna do it earlier, but they had, I remember there was a conflict with,
Well, and the
Some
water
core testing.
wasn't turned on, that's a
it's
big
Arbor
thing
Day,
too.
yeah.
And it could even be part of the thing, depending on the size of the tree. Sure, you ought to tell the water comes on. You each bring your bucket and put some water on it.
Well, and somebody did kind of a cool thing where they, as long as it's biodegradable, but they would ask the kids, write something on this piece of paper, put in a hole that you like, or that you want this tree to do, or that, something that you wish for this tree. And then
You
they
know what
just
else
put all
we can
those
do too?
things.
We can ask all the kids to bring a milk jug, an empty milk jug from home. Everybody has one, their parents can hold one, and they can fill it up at the school and everybody can water.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a lot you could do.
I think there's a lot.
I think a lot of times we've tried to make Arbor Day so big and a big community event, I think we just need to
Scale it down.
scale it down.
So it's April 25th, a Friday.
What?
That's Arbor Day, the next national.
Yeah, but we
Arbor
always have it in May because April our water's not turned on.
Day. Oh, is that, so we do it in May?
Yeah. Like I said, as long as we file
We
it, we
could do
know
it
we're
any
having
day
it.
of the week.
You could do it any time for the whole year.
yeah.
You'd rather
Have it
do it
Monday
like-
through Thursday, that
Yeah.
way I'm not paying overtime.
Let's not decide even on a date yet until we
Oh,
find
yeah.
out what the weather's
We
gonna
got,
be.
yeah, we got to talk to the school and
Yeah, we have to talk to the
Coordinate.
school.
then,
Set a date, and I'll go walk it with you.
okay.
I won't resign until March, and then I'll get all this stuff done, and then get us absorbed into the other, committee and leave you in a good place. I don't wanna just leave you in a bad place.
Whatever. Yes,
We'll
Melanie.
get by.
Fine, like a seed, we'll find our way.
And again, Melanie, you've been great at this.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
Yeah.
being the bulldog when you had so much resistance and getting things done.
Absolutely.
It doesn't really bother me, it just gets aggravating after a while, because it's like, like I said, we've already passed so much stuff, and now at this point, I feel like I'm just like spinning my wheels, I'm just like.
The time and season, just like you and I talked about at Costco. Time and season.
I told him after 50 years, I gave up primary
Oh, wow.
at church. When it came January, I said, I'm 50 years in, and I said, I want to be released in January, and don't ask me to do anything for a whole year. And he's like, how about a talk? And I said, how about not? And he goes, okay. But I miss it, I'll tell you, I go walk by the primary, I'm so lost, I've never been to Sunday school or anything, so it's like, what do they do? You know, like, it's foreign to me, it is very foreign, I miss the kids. But I'm still teaching flute after school, so it's not like I don't have any, but I miss the little ones, the little tiny ones. So, yeah, so what do I do?
What else have you got, Mel?
Nothing, we can go. You gonna take me to dinner, dear?
I'm gonna discontinue this, right?
We are adjourned. Oh, wait, the next meeting. Hold on a second. Hey, can you text Ryan and tell him I'm in a meeting, Dan? I am going to be gone. Can we make it February 24th? For the next meeting?
February 24th. Yeah,
And
that'll work for me.
I'll have to take my laptop with and do an agenda from Illinois. Yeah,
4 o'clock, Melanie.
yeah.